Hello and welcome to HBM's Crypto-Corner for Thursday, October 3rd, 2024, because it turned out the last one I uploaded, there was no audio, except for the videos that I was playing. But there was no audio from my microphone. Apparently, it was turned down too low for some reason. Anyway, hopefully that won't happen again. Anyway, we have a few things to talk about, so let's get started. The true origin of Sasquatch. Lisa Cadane features correspondent. There have been 37 notable Sasquatch sightings near the town of Harrison Hot Springs since 1900. Stories of a hairy, forest-dwelling bipedal primate have persisted for centuries in British Columbia. But perhaps more important than whether it exists is what it symbolizes. From a lookout above the Harrison River Valley in southwestern British Columbia, dense forest stretches all the way to the snow-capped coast mountains on the Pacific shore. Thick with towering western red cedars, hemlock, and Sitka spruce trees, the wilderness continues almost uninterrupted all the way north to Alaska. Beyond the roads and hiking trails, the terrain soon becomes impassable, punctuated by steep mountains that plunge into glacier-carved lakes. This remote valley, 130 kilometers east of Vancouver, conjures an ancient land filled with mystery and possibility, and some believe it's home to the world's most famous cryptid, Sasquatch, Canada's Bigfoot. I arrived at the viewpoint in an all-terrain vehicle with Bima Gautier, who leads tours to spots in the region where sightings have been reported. I can't say for sure that they are real, he said. I have a feeling that there has to be some truth behind it, and there's a lot of stories, especially here where we have a very rich mythology. There have been 37 notable Sasquatch sightings near the town of Harrison Hot Springs since 1900. Called Bigfoot in the United States and Yeti or Meadow Kangmi, wild man of the snows of the Himalaya, Sasquatch is a tall, hairy, bipedal, primate-like creature of disputed existence. Regular sightings have kept the popular legend alive, but now it's being told from an indigenous perspective. The change is driven by public interest in the idea of a Sasquatch rooted in spirituality and symbolism rather than sensationalism. The creature is considered sacred to West Coast First Nations, particularly the Stahelis, who have lived in the Harrison River Valley for at least 10,000 years. And here is some of the forest land near Harrison Hot Springs, I would imagine. And here's the costume of a Sasquatch, or Saskets. That's the word that was anglicized into Sasquatch by J.W. Burns. Here's a photo of Thomas Steenberg inside the Sasquatch Museum, which is in Harrison Hot Springs. And then there's a photo of Kelsey Charlie. The word comes from a mountain that's called Sasket's Tail, the place where the Sasquatch gather, said Kelsey Charlie, a Stahelis band counselor. And he's also had a sighting apparently as well. So a pretty cool article about the Sasquatch in BC. Very cool indeed. Speaking of something that's pretty cool, Legend of Bigfoot. Bigfoot is the mascot for the Western Air Defense Sector Washington Air National Guard. They've adopted the mascot and operates 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, monitoring the skies of nearly 73% of the United States and Canada. Just like the Bigfoot of legend, the sector is rarely seen and rarely heard. But rest assured, it continues to observe and, if necessary, serve as the messenger of warning. You can see a couple of wooden carvings here. Wooden statue, which is on display at the Western Air Defense Sector. So they may not necessarily be quote-unquote believers in Sasquatch or Bigfoot, but I think it's a pretty cool symbol, at least. And they're willing to give it a little bit of attention. It being a Northwest legend. Of course, a legend may have some basis in fact. So, this is pretty cool as well. Now, here's a story that was posted on September 26th, but I have a follow-up to it. Video: webcam watcher catches clear view of sizable hump crossing Loch Ness. This is an individual named Eoin O. Feodogan. You've probably heard that name here, where I've mentioned that he has been a steady watcher of the loch and the webcam. New footage might suggest that there are two Loch Ness monsters. He thought he saw a hump. I'm not going to put any spoilers in because I'm going to talk about the next story, which is a follow-up to this. This was thought to be a hump. It's moving pretty fast through the water. Okay, that's the video. An unwavering Loch Ness webcam watcher captured what may be his best virtual sighting to date by way of a remarkably clear view of a sizable hump seen moving across the water. Indefatigable livestream viewer Eoin O. Feodogan reportedly spotted the intriguing scene as it unfolded on the evening of September 17th. Unlike the vast majority of his virtual sightings, this particular observation was made via the Aaron Loch Bed and Breakfast webcam, which provides a fantastic overhead view of the water. And this seems all well and good, but, and you notice I threw a but in there because the sizable hump unfortunately turned out to be a webcam, to be a person swimming, unfortunately. A tantalizing webcam sighting of something mysterious cruising across Loch Ness has turned out to be far less monstrous than first suspected. Captured by a dedicated livestream viewer Eoin O. Feodogan, the curious clip, seen above, made headlines last week as it provided a remarkably clear view of a sizable hump, estimated to be around 8 feet long, crossing the famed Scottish site. Alas, over the weekend, the virtual monster hunter pulled the footage down from his popular YouTube channel after the true nature of the mystery creature wound up being determined. Feodogan subsequently explained to the website Unexplained Mysteries that he had been watching the same live stream on Saturday when I saw the same object going the same direction with the same wake. In this instance, the weather conditions at Loch Ness allowed for an even clearer view of the creature that the virtual monster hunter easily identified as a swimmer dragging a pale orange float behind him. Calling the case a genuine misidentification, O'Failed again stressed that he had no intention of misleading anyone, which is why he commendably removed the sighting that, ironically, he debunked himself. So, this was merely a case of mistaken identity. And I'll just say, good on Eowyn for realizing, oh my gosh, I was wrong. I was mistaken. And it happens. Sometimes we get a little overeager and overinterpret what we see sometimes. It can happen even with webcams. I hold nothing against Mr. O'Failed again. I think it was a genuine case of a misidentification. Genuine, honest mistake. That's what it was. He really thought he'd caught something on cam. But then, hey, he was honest about it. He said, hey, listen, I was wrong. I'm being honest about this. I'm taking down the video. So, hey, good on him. Would that all investigators who make a mistake did that. And that's going to do it for this week. We want to thank you very much for tuning in. You guys are the heart of the show. I always say that, but I always mean it. And I will continue as long as you guys want me to. And our show will be back at its regular day next week, which will be early Wednesday morning. And by the way, check out my latest UFO Corner video about the Belgian UFO wave of 1989 to 1990. And also my special editorial about Charles Edson and whether he was just a Bigfoot BSer or a genuine experiencer of Sasquatch. So until next week, until next Wednesday, y'all be good or be good at it. This is HBM's Crypto Corner.